middle of gutting and skinning the deer, it was time to go back out. So
yep,
we all went back out. So
afternoon.
Yeah, we put this on hold for a little bit, but now we're back, and so we're gonna
welcome back.
Yeah, we'll come back. So now we're back, and we're gonna get the heart and the liver. What did you need?
I'm just gonna use the heart, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a very rustic jambalaya, pretty much a campfire style. As you can see, this is every hunter's backyard. It's not your original backyard. We don't have a full kitchen here. We use what we have. So what I'm gonna do first here is, if you want to come zoom on in here.
Did you want to do the heart first, or do you want to do the...
I could do the kidney.
The kidney?
Yeah. What we're going to do with the liver, actually, we're going to do a venison liver and onions. Very basic, rustic, campfire style, not in your kitchen style liver and onions. And here we have it, the liver. Oh man, all jellied up. Just throw that to the side. We don't need that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this here on this plate here. Well, with the heart, I'm gonna do a very rustic, what I call a backyard jambalaya. I'm gonna cook this heart with some store-bought sausages, some frozen corn, frozen English peas. That's a beautiful heart. I don't know if you guys ever had venison heart, but don't throw it away, because this is one of the most delicacies part of the deer. I know a lot of you guys go for the tenderloins, the loin itself, the shanks, front, rear thighs. For us, we really like the extra parts that a lot of people will say, ooh, that's disgusting. For us, this is not disgusting. It's actually a wonderful piece to cook up and eat. Okay. All right, here we are. As you see, I have all my place setting here, ready to go, while the guys are still cleaning the intestines and the stomachs. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the segment here. First off, like to say again, this is the heart. The heart's gonna go with the store-bought sausage that we have here. It's just a simple pork sausage, frozen corn. As you can see, it's already thawed out, and English peas. So just regular English peas you can buy at any supermarket. And separately, on a second dish, what we have here is sweet Videla onions, red onions as well. Kind of give like a different textures of both. And then we have the liver here, the venison liver. We're going to do the liver and onions. So it's two separate dishes. I also want to show you that we render off some bacon fat earlier. Great stuff, especially when you're going to go camping. We like to use this for flavoring everything. So instead of having liver and onions with bacon, which most people do, we already have the rendered fat that we're going to use. So first, before we start on this, I'm going to go ahead and start the burners, kind of get that hot and sizzling and ready, because it's going to be a very quick process. Always be careful when you light the campfire stove. Alright, you want to hurt yourself. I'm going to keep this on a low, because we don't want the bacon fat to start smoking. That's going to destroy the flavor of the bacon fat. So we're going to keep that. We're going to melt that a little bit. As you can see, it's already starting to get a little bit warmed up there, kind of loosened up. And we're going to transfer a little bit onto the other side. So I'm going to pull up my sleeves here. Let's turn this down just.
If I can get a bowl.
So first, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start with the heart. Okay. The heart is very basic, very simple. This is almost like I said, a jambalaya style. As you can see, I'm just going to cut into 1-inch thickness.
I don't want to touch it. You touch it.
And go from there, just like so. And you're going to cut into like little strips, as you can see here, just little 1-inch strips. And you want to turn it upside down so it'll be easier to cut. And you kind of want this a little bit chunky because it's going to cook down a little bit. It's also going to keep most of its juices and its moisture, which is all the flavor. If you cut it too small, what happens is that it dries out, and we're trying to stop the heart from being so thick and dry. And nobody wants a dry heart. No pun intended. Now I'm just gonna take this sausage, cut this open. It says open here, but I got a knife in my hand, blood on my hands, and it'd be really hard to grab plastic. All right, I'll just throw this down here. I'll pick that up later. I'm not littering out here, okay, guys? And you want to cut these on a bias? What's that?
So we pack out more. We pack out more than what we bring in.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when we have extra game. You see, I'm just cutting on a 1/4 inch bias here on the sausage. Very rustic right now because, like I said, this is not your ordinary kitchen. This is the hunter's backyard kitchen. You see, there is the sausage, just like so. All right. And now we're gonna go towards the liver. Now with the liver, as you can see, this is quite a big piece of a liver, and we're only doing this for a show. So what we're gonna do is we're only gonna use about a little bit more than half of this. You see, it's a beautiful, beautiful cut. Not that you get to choose whatever deer is out there to shoot, but this you're gonna do about the same thing as the other one, but you're gonna cut in the bias just like the sausage, a 1/4 inch thickness. Some people, when they make the liver and onions, they prefer to flour it and then fry it. With me here, like I said, you know, we don't bring flour out here. You know, it has its purpose in the kitchen, but out here, I mean, it's a rare thing to see somebody bring flour out here. So we're not doing that kind of style. I know a lot of you guys are like, why don't he bread it? All you really need is salt and granulated sugar. That's it. Nothing else. So right here, what we have is a little bit of the rendered bacon fat. I'm gonna transfer a little bit of that over to this side here. Let's go a little bit more. So with this here that's going on now, I am gonna do the onions. Reason being I'm throwing onions in there first is because I want to try to caramelize this and try to bring as much natural sweetness from the onions out, okay? So you want to be careful, kind of, like I said, we're out here doing what we can best. And then once I put this in, I'm going to go ahead and turn this to a medium. Let that go, just a little bit of salt. This is regular iodized salt, okay? And to help speed up the caramelization process of the onions, and I know a lot of people are like, why do you put sugar in there? Well, it's venison liver, so you need a little bit of this to kill a little bit of that gaminess, okay? So we're just gonna put a little bit of granulated sugar in there. So we're gonna let that go, kind of let it sit. You can see it's starting to brown up a little bit. We're just gonna let that go. And now we're gonna come to here. I'm gonna turn this on a full high, okay? And what we have here is a Brownie 2 burner stand using propane, natural gas. It's beautiful stuff, okay? So we're waiting for this to smoke. As you see, the smokiness is coming out already. This one here, the reason why I put the sausage and the heart together is because we're gonna fry this off at the same time, okay? Give this a little quick toss. All right, so always be careful. I like to put the oil off to the edge over there, away from me, and I like to put this towards me so it slides right in, just like so. So you're not splashing oil everywhere. All right. We're also gonna let that go for a little bit. Dean Thomas, you want to come shine your light over here so people can see? I put my light on myself, but I don't want to be flashing you guys there on the other side of the TV there. All right. Now with this here, we're not gonna use any sugars because yellow corn's already sweet, English peas already sweet, so we're just gonna use a little bit of salt, not too much. Reason being is because you have a lot of the sodium, sodium nitrate, if you want to call it, inside these sausages already, and we're gonna just let that cook off just a tad bit. And we're not gonna cook this all the way through yet, but we are gonna try to at least soften these. If not, try to at least caramelize it. because we want that really natural sweetness from the caramelized onions. Okay? You see here? Oh man.
That looks good.
Smells delicious. That aroma is wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna let that go for a little bit. I'm gonna open up the peas here. And this is a really fast process, okay?
Yeah.
We're only gonna use a little bit of the peas. We'll save the rest of the peas for later, for another dish. And then we're gonna go with the corn. And we're probably just gonna use half a bag of this corn too. And at this point, I like to add just a little bit more salt.
Oh, we're gonna wait till my mom gets it.
Reason being, I didn't put all the salt at one time because I wanted the salt to spread out among evenly between all the ingredients. Okay. Let's see here. It's getting there. It's getting there. We'll let that go. Try not to cover this up because we want that steam to be released. When it's released, it's a faster cooking process, especially with frozen product. You know, the ice crystals build up within the natural waters inside the vegetables. So you want as much of that released as possible. So just let it go. Don't touch it. Just leave it uncovered. Same thing with the caramelized onions. You see there, we're starting to get a little bit of caramelization now. We're gonna cook it just a little bit longer. And the way I'm doing this, as you see, I'm not really using any utensils yet. Reason being is because you really don't need any yet. All you do is, you know, at the flick of the wrist, kind of sautés everything for you, okay? We're gonna let that go, get a little bit more brownness to the onions before we add the liver to it. All right, so here we have the onions. As you see, that's a good brownish. It's not really caramelized yet, but it's getting there. I'm gonna give this another quick toss. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the liver to this, okay? And right at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to this, right on top of the liver itself, so some of it sticks to the liver, while some of it gets released into the natural sauce that's gonna be released from this liver, with all those juices in there. And honestly, with deer liver, it's really up to you if you want to eat it rare, medium well, or even well done. I'm gonna cook this to about a medium and let it sit. And while it's sitting, of course, you know, the heat's gonna continuously cook and get to about a medium well. Not all of us eat medium rare or rare here. We do have a lot of elderly people here as well that hunts with us. And you know, when you undercook, it's kind of a health hazard for them. So we're gonna cook it just a little bit to the well done side. And just make sure you keep this at a medium, okay? Try not to turn it up anything higher than that. Reason being is because you're gonna cook it way too fast. Of course, you know, we don't have andouille sausage. It would be awesome if we had some andouille sausage instead of pork sausage to go with this, but you can see what I'm trying to come up here. Just a basic, very basic jambalaya Asian stir fry type of deal. No other sauces thrown in. We're not putting chili in there. And here is our liver. It's getting nicely browned up. And now we're gonna turn this to about a low. Reason being is because we don't want to cook off all the juices all at one time. We want to kind of hold in the moisture inside of there. So what we're doing is we're gonna cook that on low. It's about a medium rare right now. We're gonna let that go for just a little bit. And this side here, it's about done. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this off and leave that there while we're finishing off the liver. Now I'm gonna use a utensil. Reason being, because now I really have to check the liver for the rare pieces. We'll kind of push that towards the bottom so that it gets cooked while we're not trying to overcook the rest of the liver. Like I said, I'm going to cook this to about a medium and let it sit. And it's going to hold off at about a medium well. We don't want well done. Well done liver is just bad because it gets tough. You lose a lot of the flavor. There you have it for that. Very basic, very simple. You see the jus that's being released goes perfect right on top of rice, and then you pile all this yumminess right on top of the rice as well. And we're gonna go ahead and turn it off, and its own natural heat is gonna cook itself now. Reason being, because like I said, we don't want to overcook this thing. All right, so we're gonna show the plating now. As you see, I'm Asian, so we love rice. It's part of our diet, and it's pretty much almost a necessity in the Asian diet. Can't live without this stuff. As you can see, we have a bamboo basket that we usually cook our rice in. It just adds more flavor to the rice when you're steaming it. So I'm just gonna grab a spoon here, all right? And you're just gonna scoop a little bit of this rice right on here, just like so. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go over here to our meats. We're gonna add a little bit of the liver and onions right here on the side. So we're gonna scoop up a little bit of this stir fry. Let's get some sausages in there, some parts. Let's put this down. Let's bring this one over. It's gonna get a little bit of this broth here. The jus. Let's kind of drizzle that right on top.